So recently I've been making a lot of videos talking about a lot of the older iPhones for this year. As always, iPhones like, the iPhone XR, iPhone XS, iPhone X, and the latest ones like the iPhone 13s and 13 Pros. However, I think there is a new favorite iPhone that I'm highly recommending this year. And I do think if you're in the market and, if you're trying to go buy an iPhone, this is my new favorite iPhone I would highly recommend to people if they're on a budget, if they need the best bang for their dollar, even if they just need a good, solid phone that's going to last them for a couple of years, and this is the device for you. You can see based off the video in the background, the iPhone 11 is such a solid phone that honestly there really isn't that much of a reason to go to the iPhone 13s. There especially isn't a crazy big reason to go below this phone unless you're looking at an iPhone XR. This is a all-around solid phone, and the more I use it, the more I compare it to newer Androids that are coming out and newer iPhones that are coming out. It just holds up so well, and I love this iPhone because first of all, you can buy it in the used market and in the brand new market. There are a lot of phones right now where I recommend like an iPhone 10 if you can, or an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus, but it is harder and harder to buy these every year. Less and less people are selling them for the most part, and also you can't just go into Best Buy or the Apple Store and buy them. So those are some pretty big disadvantages. With the iPhone 11, you have the accessibility of not only buying it in the used market, but you can buy it in the certified refurbished market. You can buy it on, at Best Buy sometimes, but you can also go inside of an Apple Store and purchase it there too, or go to apple.com and purchase it that way. And those are some really, really important things to keep in mind. The accessibility of buying an iPhone 11 it just doesn't even come close. Even an iPhone 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max are harder to buy for the most part than an iPhone 11. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. On top of that, the build quality is still extremely premium. It does not feel like a cheap phone. I'm holding it in my hands right now and I'm looking at it. It doesn't feel or look like a cheap phone either. The battery life has been really good. iOS 15 has kind of tinkered a little bit, I'm going to be honest, but for the most part, that's going to be the problem with any iPhone you're going to buy. So especially now in iOS 15. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I also do think that the iPhone 11's performance is still very good. Like I mentioned before, this is not a slow performing iPhone. This is not a bad performing iPhone either. And when you're getting a device like this, it's not going to be a super slow or poor performing device. When I personally owned my iPhone 11 Pro that I use on an everyday basis, that was also a very good performing iPhone. And like I mentioned before, I didn't have too many complaints about that iPhone either, and I hyped that iPhone up like crazy. And the iPhone 11 is really no different. If you're trying to go and buy an iPhone that you want to use for the next couple of years, this is the phone for you. And if you want to get an iPhone, the lowest iPhone I would recommend this year is the iPhone 7, but this is probably my favorite iPhone that even if you're on a budget, if you're not on a budget, if you just want to go get an iPhone and move on with your life, you honestly cannot go wrong with this iPhone. If you currently own it, you're in good hands. I'm pretty sure you can keep it for the next couple of years. But even if you own like an iPhone, 7 or 7 Plus or an iPhone 8, going to an iPhone 11, you don't have to go to the iPhone 13. An iPhone 11 is still a very solid option for you. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.